All right, now we're live. All right,
We're live.
We did this whole introduction and I fucked it up.
Difficult technicalities.
But here we are. Goddamn, one day I'll get the hang of this.
One of these days.
Hi,
Tjump. How are you doing?
Hey, yeah. I'm doing good. How are you guys for the 12th time?
I like to describe the show as professionally unprofessional. Like, we're unprofessional, but we own that shit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So now that we got things going and we got a few people watching, Tom.
Oh, no. Did you misspell it? You misspelled it.
What did I misspell now?
Discuss.
God fucking damn it.
Should add a T in there. Disgusting.
Can I
Disgusting. With Tjump.
I don't. I think it's fine. Like discussing, like it's cussing, but discussing.
Yeah, it's okay. So, how's your weekend been?
It's the weekend. It is. I didn't even know it was the weekend.
What a blessing. Or
yeah,
not.
like for me,
maybe a curse.
I'm a full-time YouTuber, so every day is a weekend.
That's a good point.
Yeah, so I donated plasma. Got like $110 for that, which is nice. Went on a 20-mile bike ride. Really nice weather out today in Minnesota. Brisk and warm 70s, low 70s.
That's nice.
Trying to get back in shape because I'm really fat right now. I'm like 40 pounds overweight.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah. It's like, I'm not going to say we don't feel you. Well, actually, I don't think Dadpool feels you. He can gain weight. He could go for it. He needs to.
I lose weight very, very easily. Like, I look at a treadmill and I lose weight. Like,
that's
I
so unfortunate.
I have to drink a gallon of milk a day to maintain like my weight. Like, literally, when I was a competitive weightlifter, that's what I did to gain weight.
Wow.
So yeah, and then I have the ADHD meds, which makes me have no appetite, which doesn't help at all.
Yeah. Wow.
Wait, what are those meds? Can you send me like an extra subscription of those?
I might be able to hook you up. I know a guy.
I'm on those too, and I unfortunately still gain weight simply because if I look at a cookie, I gain 5 pounds. So
yeah,
I just really like food. Like I'm a foodie, so I like trying different places.
I get that.
Ice cream is especially good, so weight is an issue. Cherry ice cream is the best ice cream, and no one gets an opinion otherwise.
Cherry, okay.
Cherry, yep. Cherry.
I don't think I come across cherry ice cream very often. So, with the rarity factor involved, I think it is a pretty good ice cream. I could agree with that.
I get a black cherry chocolate shake from my local old factory creamery.
Nice.
That sounds all right. Anyway, so Tjump, like, you pretty much run like philosophy Discord. Like, are there other channels that have as much traffic as you do?
Oh yeah, I'm not even big. Like, Ask Yourself has 20,000 in his. Politics and Religion has 14,000. There's one I'm talking to Beluga. Beluga has 300,000. And he has like 4 million YouTube subscribers. So
wow.
Mine is big amongst our community of the atheist peoples, but the AXP is bigger than mine, that's for sure. But other than that, when you look at the larger community, I'm still pretty small. It's actually something I want to work on, trying to grow a bigger community there. Because I think I like how AXP does stuff where they have like a group of people who all do their own shows and they host them and it grows together. That's a really good platform plan. And I'd kind of like to do something similar with Discord. That's why I got Oz and Just Jeff and Skylar to all do their own shows there once or twice. Definitely want to make it more regular. But yeah, that would definitely be the goal, to try and build the Discord up, because Discord's actually getting really, really big right now. They're planning on making it public on stocks. It's growing
That's
massively.
Nice.
Yeah, their past 2 years, they have like grown by like 2 to 5 times. It's ridiculous. And so it's definitely becoming the new Facebook kind of a platform.
Nice.
I need to get better at that. I have a decent number of my followers on my Discord server, and they feel very neglected because I'm never on there.
Send them to mine.
Yeah.
We can have like a show on mine, and we'll take care of them.
We'll have to set that up. I will definitely. I went on your one of group discussions last week for the first time. It was the first time I did that, and it was a lot of fun. It was really cool. I'm
you
still
didn't talk
trying
to Jen, clearly.
Yeah.
Was
no.
that?
You didn't talk to Jen. You didn't.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like it did.
He did not meet her that day.
Because his quantum waveform hadn't collapsed in the right jibbery.
How is this Jen comparable to like a Darth Dawkins or a Batman? Is it kind of the same?
No, it's completely different. So Darth Dawkins
Very
and Batman, their sentences make sense. Like they actually flow. They
she
actually
doesn't-
have nouns inside and between the adjectives.
Oh.
And they don't just like Jin has complete sentences of just adjectives with no nouns.
There's a lot of stuff that just kind of feels made up.
I'm very curious now.
and she sticks with it. I'll give her credit for sticking with the things she made up, but I don't understand how those definitions apply to like real life at all.
Like I've gone through her for each one. Like I said, what do you mean by the word logic? Do you mean like formal logic? And she's like, no, we mean something completely different by logic. I'm like, oh, well, okay then. And we do that with every single word.
We need to have like a dictionary, a Jen dictionary, to see if we can understand what she says. Like the 3+1 thing is not equal to 4.
Yeah, the 3+1 thing is like the equation for all quantum possibilities in the universe or something. But yeah, we actually have someone who's starting a Jin dictionary, and they've have like 20 words on there. It's pretty funny.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Really?
And then the onion thing is entertaining. I didn't get very far with that, but it was...
The onion thing, does that have anything to do with layers, I'm guessing?
No, chakras.
Yeah. So
of course. Chakras.
It's her model of what our consciousness is. Our conscious quantum waveform thingy in her model is a 7 onion tree. There's like 7 onions in a big row, and they're all connected, and they start at your head and they go down.
Yeah. When I jumped in on that conversation, I was very confused because I was like, onions don't grow on trees.
You have to keep those in the line, right?
I was having issues from the get-go.
Of course. Oh, all right.
So he already seemed completely, I haven't even met her yet.
Yeah, but I do.
Yeah, my head already hurts.
But the reason I do really value Jen is because she does provide a lot of debate practice. Being able to debate someone like her, because she is very much like Deepak Chopra, in case anybody in the audience knows who that is. If you go to Deepak Chopra Generator, you can get sentences that are exactly synonymous with what Jen says. It's absolutely hilarious. It makes no sense. But
so interesting.
Debating somebody like that gives you a ton of intellectual practice at learning how to deal with people who use very technical language as if they know it, but actually have no idea what they're talking about. And so it's a very good intellectual exercise to be able to deal with this kind of usage of language when someone, because many people do this not as like Jen does it every sentence, but some people do this, they slip in a word that they don't know what it means to make it sound smarter, like quantum or whatever. And knowing how to deal with that is a very useful skill in a debate, and you definitely get to practice that a lot with Jen.
That's true.
I just want to make a quick correction in the comments here, Dustin. In fact, onions grow on vines, sir. So don't know where you're getting your information from. It's fake news.
I thought Vines got replaced by TikTok.
So you go on TikTok. You heard it here, folks.
TikTok's going to go the way of the Vine if they don't unfuck themselves.
Yeah.
Vine died because they didn't appreciate their creators or their content creators enough. And yeah, that's the way TikTok's going.
TikTok is not quite as bad as Twitch, though. And Twitch just lost like 10 of their massive top
I saw
10.
something about that.
It was amazing. So
well, yeah. I mean, they just moved them to Discord, didn't they? And then now they just stream it live.
YouTube. So like Tim the Tatman, who now has like, I forget how many millions of subs on YouTube now. He was the top like 16th Twitch streamer in the world, and he left. And he makes so much money. It's just I'm just in pain watching how much money he makes just playing video games.
What kills me about TikTok is like the number one like creators on TikTok, they do absolutely nothing. They put no effort. And it's just like this what's her name? I don't even follow
Bella
her.
Porch.
Yes. And what is she? Is she Indian or she
She's mixed heritage, so
okay.
I don't know specifically, but she's a veteran and she has tattoos like everywhere.
She'll just get on and do a little dance, and that's it. Like 8 million views, like for no fucking reason. And I'm on here trying to fit.
She's very attractive. Yes, and she's a very attractive person. Well, I mean, I'm a huge fan of Call Me Chris, and Call Me Chris is extremely talented. I mean, she has developed upwards of 20 characters now, and she voices them all, and then she edits herself in different directions with like very, very poor.
There's some that absolutely deserve it, but
it's humorous, but
she's like the middle class, right? And then like the upper class do like minimal effort and get like massive returns on investment. You know, kind of like the American economy we have here.
Or like the Christian TikTokers I've seen who post a video about discovering wheels in the Red Sea. Like,
Oh yeah. So I'm glad I saw that came across my For You page today, and I was just like, oh yes, I see that you have just recently come across this particular gem. Archeowolf and myself did something about that like a year ago. Because that wheel is not from the Red Sea. It's off the coast of Brazil, I believe, was the actual.
A man named Ron Ryan. Boom, 5 million.
Pseudoscience.
Like, who is liking
I love
this
it.
Shit?
It gives me so much. It gives me so much content. I don't know if you saw like my most recent one. Lost World Museum. That guy gives me so much to work with, and I never know what I'm going to grab, but he just put another one up that was he just had this lovely piece of limestone that is very obviously a nodule, which I talk about enough, and I have enough samples of to say it's
pinky rock.
And they held it up, and he's just like, it's a finger from apparently the Cretaceous age. What's the only reason that this could exist? Worldwide flood. And I was just like,
this is evidence.
I was like in bed, and I was just like, this is going to be a long day.
Yes. I can do. Floods produce fossils, and soft tissue fossilizes. Yes.
Apparently.
Let's go with that.
It'd be a better argument. Like, this proves there were stone people that lived at these times. Stone.
I mean, that would actually
make more sense.
A little more of a legitimate reason. And it just happens to look like a finger. It's so stupid. I get frustrated.
Oh, the rock formation that looks like Noah's Ark that everybody's like, oh, we found Noah's Ark. Like,
man,
that has been debunked so many times at this point. But no, they keep seeing that original article that gets getting republished by by ARC and the Creationist Museum and Genesis, whatever it's.
Creations and Genesis.
Yeah. Yeah, they love to go back to that particular article.
Popularity sells.
Right? Yeah, no kidding. So when we're talking about, do you have any styles of debate that you prefer over others?
The ones that get me the most money.
Makes sense.
I also have an echo right now. Do you guys?
What's that?
I hear an echo.
Is it me?
I have no idea. Like, I heard it from when Dadpool said, "What's that?"
Check.
Oh.
Now I think it's better.
Check.
I think it's gone. All right.
Yeah. So I did debate as a way to practice social interactions, never because I actually enjoyed it. So I was never a fan of debating or having conversations. In fact, I was like a super duper depressed introvert who never wanted to speak to anybody. And I forced myself to do debates and conversations to get better at it. And so I guess my favorite kind are the ones that are just the easiest in the way I can just memorize lines, and it'll just kind of finish the conversation. That's the part that's my favorite, easiest ones. And the ones that give me lots of views, like Garth Hawkins and Batman.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, those are always entertaining. Neither of those are mods on the Discord channel, are they?
No. I mean, to be mods, you have to sub and like pay me $5, and they are definitely not going to do that. So
Well, there you go. Why do you bother to debate Darth? Why? Yeah. Oh, okay. So Tjump, why do you bother to debate Darth? According to Matthew.
money.
Yeah, makes money.
So like my most viewed video is a debate, my first debate with Darth. Got 40 something thousand views on YouTube.
It's so fun actually talking to you and not having to listen to people trying to debate you simply because your answers are pretty straightforward when no one's sitting there questioning each and every single word that you're trying to use so that they can manipulate the discussion into their favor. It's
Yep.
it's kind of refreshing.
That is the Discord method.
How would you describe your debate style? Your de facto default.
Yeah, so I've learned that the best way to convince and to talk to people in a debate is to hear what they say and then think of a better way to say it. So what would be a way that someone who was smarter than them would say it? And then present their argument that way and refute it. Because then when you present it in a way that's better than the way they presented it, they're like, oh yeah, that's what I meant. And then we can show when there's a problem with that kind of like flusters them. Because most debates kind of devolve into straw mans where you present not an accurate representation of the opponent's argument. They're like, that's not what I said. Here's what I really said. But when you present something stronger than what they said, and then you still debunk it, that's when you can actually make progress in the debates because they aren't really expecting that. You have to phrase it in their worldview. So that's why you phrase it in the stronger way. So it fits their worldview. And then they don't really know how to process it when you present a logical criticism because most people are just used to others misrepresenting their views.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You okay over there?
Yeah, my phone went off, and someone messaged me and said that their local Tractor Supply has the ivermectin locked in behind a cage now because I guess people have been stealing it.
Oh wow!
So yeah, sorry, that's what distracted me just now.
People must be wanting that horse tranquilizer.
Dude. Just
have you heard about okay, so this is just off topic. I only know about this because Lord knows, I don't know where my mom gets some of her information, but there is another rumor going around right now saying that the shot is like the mark of John. Is it John?
Mark of the Beast?
Mark of the Beast, yeah. That whole thing going on.
That's been going on for a while. That's something new.
Has it? Okay. Well, I didn't hear about it until today.
That's where the whole like microchip thing came from because the Mark of the Beast was originally even back when I was a Christian, we'd hear sermons talking about how like the French army has like a microchip the size of a grain of rice that they would insert into like the back of your tricep that had all your personal information on it, or like in your hand. And, like that was the Mark of the Beast back then, and that was the early 2000s.
Yeah, so Mark of the Beast is a part of Revelations. It's one of the predictions of what's going to happen before the Revelation. So Christians are like, there's a big movement right now of Christians who are trying to identify things in Revelation and tie it into world events today. Like they're trying to tie in the predictions about Israel collapsing and being taken over by Russia or something. And they're trying to read this into the Bible with some ridiculous ambiguity. That's kind of like how the Muslims think that the Quran has scientific miracles, which is a stupid term.
Oh, dude.
Predictions. And their predictions are just ambiguity fallacies where the sentence can be interpreted in many ways, and they just find one of the infinitely many ways to make it fit the actual data. Christians are just doing the same thing where they say, Mark of the Beast is just anything on your hand or your forehead that the government does. Mark of the Beast, sign of the end times. Jesus is right.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Well,
I'm glad that's clarified because I didn't know what I didn't even know what Mark of the Beast was. I was just like, what? I was so, I mean, I'm not a cradle atheist by any means. I did go through confirmation and everything, but you know, like as a kid going through confirmation, you don't actually read the Bible. Like you just skim the parts that you're supposed to know and take the little quiz and move on, try to master all that. But
Catholic schools are like, we're not going to teach you the whole Bible. We're just going to teach you the parts that are nice and fuzzy and warm and don't tell you about all the murder and stuff. And so even in Catholic schools, you're not allowed to read the whole Bible. I didn't read the whole Bible until I was was an atheist for like 4 or 5 years.
Oh wow.
Correa has a point. You should pop that on there. That's great. Depends on the beast. Which wild animal?
Does a drunk Republican count?
Ooh, that is pretty beastly.
Yeah. I like to point out that the mark there, the original Greek word, I can't remember off the top of my head, but it has a ton of different translations, not just mark, but also like imprint, indentation, stamp, and it was, and the same word there is used in other literature to refer to the stamp to seal an envelope, or the stamp to mark a letter as being authentic from the Roman government, or money, even like the same, because it's impression of which had Nero Caesar's name on it. Like, it's the same word used for all those things. So you could literally say, oh, it actually means money. If you have money, then you've accepted allegiance to Rome by using their currency. Like, there's tons of different ways you can interpret it by its originally meaning alone.
That's why it's ambiguity fallacy. When
Yeah.
there's one sentence that can be interpreted in many ways, it's like a prediction that if you make a statement that can be interpreted in a million ways, that's equally as reasonable as making a million different predictions. And so getting it right, or having one interpretation be right, isn't really all that spectacular, especially since it's been 2,000 years. Jesus hasn't come back yet. I mean, it's about time to give it up a little bit.
Poor guy's been edging for 2,000 years. Anyway.
Still a virgin 2,000 years later.
Aww. That's unfortunate.
You'll get there.
You okay? This is why I asked about the topic earlier. I wanted to make sure that we could do this.
I think we're off to a good start. We're having fun.
Okay.
Talking about peeing Republicans and Virgin Jesus.
I mean, yeah. Sounds like nothing better than this.
Yeah, if anyone has any questions in the comments, feel free to ask. All 8 of you.
Okay, I have one. Teacher, how long have you been playing guitar?
Yeah.
On and off for like 3 years, I guess.
Okay, and then you went through a bunch of people that you enjoy that are the top shredders in a discussion a while back. But who are your favorite players overall? Dr.
Vossi is probably my favorite.
Yeah, you did kind of geek out about him. I was just wondering.
Yeah.
Do you play any other instruments?
I was taught piano as a kid, but not really. Guitar's the only one I actually kind of like doing.
So I play.
Is it because it makes you look cool?
Sort of. I just like the sound. Like, I like listening to guitar. I don't like listening to pretty much anything else except for some very few instances of piano and violin. But every other instrument I think is just kind of garbage.
Like, I play bass because I think it's a lot of fun, like slapping and popping. Like, I really like Victor Wooten and Billy Sheehan and Flea.
Davey 504.
Davey 504. Like, the way they just fucking work. It's not a pick, doing those little motions. They're going, like, just doing this wild out shit with their right hand, and it's so much fun. It's been a while. I've been itching to get back into it, but I used to play for the worship band for years, and I was decent at it for a time, but it's been a while. I'm very rusty.
Yeah, I have some of my guitar.
I played cello for some 14 years, so.
So you're like really good? Can you do the?
No, I was really good. I stopped playing for a while. Like, it's been probably about 6 or 7 years now. So, yeah, it's. Anyway, I just Titan also was like, no cello. I was like, well, that was my instrument for a really long time. I do enjoy it a lot, but a lot of the other players I'd come across are very persnickety.
Like Yo-Yo Ma, super persnickety, such a mean guy.
He's so nice. Shut up. He's like Jackie Chan level nice. Like, yeah. Stop.
Jackie Chan. Yeah, I actually have some of my guitar playing on my YouTube channel somewhere.
Oh, okay. I will have to do some digging. Yeah. What made you an atheist, Tjump?
None of my prayers were answered. So I became an atheist in late high school, 17, 18. Had major depression my whole life. like
Wait,
suicidally
17,
depressed.
18? You don't look that old.
I've regressed in years, so I'm only 12 right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're doing
But-
the Benjamin Button thing. All right.
Yep. Freaking Brad Pitt. Yeah. So having major depression my entire life, believing in an all-knowing, all-loving, powerful God who cared about you more than anything, praying for help day and night for years, getting nothing. It's like, yeah, nope, not a thing anymore.
I see. We have another one that says, if the Bible is true, then there should still, and I lost it. Hold on, it went up. If the Bible is true, then there should still be people with powers like the pharaohs, magicians, and the witch that could see in the future. Anyone that could hook me up? ?
Penn and Teller. There are real magics.
Yeah.
Totally real
Yeah,
magic.
right.
For sure. Santi Sai Baba. He can make dirt come from his hand. It's amazing.
Wow.
There's even YouTube videos of it. He has videos of his magic.
The Baal Shem Tov in 17th century, I think, could turn invisible and fly and teleport. And there are hundreds of eyewitnesses to these things.
I mean, there's hundreds of eyewitnesses to Penn and Teller too.
Well, one thing I think that actually could like qualify is like the I think it's Duck McThong or something. The Buddhist monk who set himself on fire in protest. He remained completely still while being on fire the entire time, and that was a wow moment. That's definitely that could genuinely be considered like magic or something.
Yeah, just like such an extreme altered state of mind. Like how
crazy. Have you ever tried? Did you ever think about looking into other religions, or did you just back out entirely?
Not really. I mean, I briefly prayed to like any god or other gods to like help me or to give me a sign or whatever. But after a brief praying to them and not getting anything, I was like, nah.
So how does debating, has it helped with depression? I'm asking because no, not at all. I was going to say, like, I don't feel better a lot of the times when I'm debating.
What does help with your depression?
Women, mostly. Physical relationships, intimate physical relationships are what literally cured my depression.
It's one way to do it.
But yeah, so my debating was, I started doing philosophy and politics and researching sciencey stuff because I thought those things were a means to get more control over my situation. I thought maybe learning those things could help with the depression. Didn't at all, other than it gave me a job, which pays me lots of money and I don't have to do anything, which is, so in that way it helped. So provides YouTube job, but none of it actually made me feel better. For me, I was diagnosed with high functioning autism, and for people with high functioning for autism, they have a special interest, like one thing in the world that means more than everything else combined. And for me, it happens to be cute women, particularly blondes. And without that, I feel completely depressed. And with that, my depression is just gone. So after like 2 weeks after being in a relationship, I just stopped feeling any depression and haven't felt it for several months now. I felt completely better after like 30 years of major suicidal depression. It just went away.
So you have a girlfriend currently?
Sort of.
You have multiple girlfriends?
Sort of.
Oh shit. All right.
I respect this.
Tjump's a player. So that's what. Let me ask real quick because I'm interested. I have a 5-year-old who is high functioning autism.
You want to get him a girlfriend? Like this is gonna be tough. I don't know.
Not yet.
He's a little
young. He is easily. I have 4 small boys, and he's the second oldest. He's the most well behaved, and he is obviously by far the most intelligent. He is crazy smart for a 5-year-old. But when he has a meltdown, it is just the stuff of legends. Like holy shit.
Oh yeah, that's actually something that's well known for people with autism. Like I had that when I was a kid too, that there was absolutely nothing you could do to like change my mind. Like my parents would send me to my room, they'd take me my video games away. They do everything they could, would have no effect on me whatsoever because it's the single-mindedness thing is a part of high function autism.
Yeah, I understand that.
So continue, Deadpool. What was the
No, yeah, it's so what's funny is he started kindergarten this year. His second day, he threw up all over himself. Which, after doing research, learned that because they get overstimulated, and that's why I did it. But the teacher contacted me and my wife and was like, is he diagnosed with autism? And we were like, we hadn't told the school about this at all. Because he hasn't technically been diagnosed. We know he is. We just haven't gone through the process to get him diagnosed. And we were like, no, why do you say that? And she was like, well, he threw up all over himself, and he was really specific about what color of pants he changed into. And he's really specific. He really wanted to clean himself off. He wouldn't let anybody help. And he had to have like a specific number of toilet paper like pieces, and he laid it on the ground, and I've seen him do this. He folds it really carefully and then cleans himself off. And she's like, so is he? Like, yeah. Not diagnosed, but hard, yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of little tics like that. Like mine, there are certain noises that sound normal for most people, but for me, it's like it's just insanely painful to hear them. Like normal chalk on a chalkboard for most people is just like meh, but for me, it's just it's worse than nails on a chalkboard. I can't listen to it at all. It literally hurts me.
It's the crumbling. It's like the crumbling and breaking of it that bothers me too. The fork on a plate is a bother. Like when you're cutting food. I also have high functioning autism, so it's yeah. I'm feeling this like to my core right now.
No, I'm the only normal one in the bunch. No,
you can
I have
eat.
my own
it's
issues.
fine. You can go. I can just handle this. It's fine. But no, I remember because I've talked to my mother about this, and I've talked to my family about this many times because like loud noises freak me out, and I can't explain why. So like today we were at Silver Dollar City because family time, and Mom wanted to do the nostalgia thing and go on the train, see the thing. And it was just great. So the train ride includes gunshots and loud noises because tooting on the horn within a tunnel. So like the entire time I'm just like white knuckling it just because I hate it. And I remember having tantrums as a kid prior to going on this train. Like I never wanted to go on the train. I hated the train. But today I was just like, fuck, I'll just go. This is it. I got off and I was still stressed as normal. And I was just like, I was snippy and I was pissed. And I couldn't explain it. It's like, it wasn't fun. It's just too much. Like I was overstimulated. So it sucks. It's just now I can identify what's doing it to me.
Yep.
Also that electric buzzing sound. When electricity makes that high pitched buzzing sound, it drives me nuts. Like a lot of times freezers do that, not like refrigerator freezers, but like when you have like a separation fridge, that's really
interesting. I've always found that one really relaxing. Actually, I listen to it like for ASMR. They do buzzing sounds like that.
Oh wow!
But yeah, it's interesting that people with high functioning autism in general have those particular quirks that this thing is just absolutely miserable and this thing's totally fine.
Yeah.
See, I have a different issue with noise because I have PTSD from my time in the military in Iraq and everything as an infantryman. So I have a bar in front of me, and I have a train station behind me, and just in front of that is a body shop. So lots of noise all around me. But for some reason, there's people across the street that like to light off fireworks. Fireworks don't bother me if I expect them. Like if it's like the 4th of July, Memorial Day, whatever, and I hear fireworks, it's not a big deal. But one day, and this was like a few weeks ago, and it was like 4 p.m, broad daylight, that a firework went off, and I literally got on the ground and started looking for my rifle. So it was like, and then like it took a minute, and I snapped out of it. And I had to call my wife, who was at work, and I was like, "I need you to talk me down right now. Like I'm freaking the fuck out." So yeah, I totally understand loud noises, how that can ruin your day.
But you never got to finish your story about your son, did you? Like,
yeah. So he went and cleaned himself up, and yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. He still goes to school. He's thrown up like 2 other times, and one day his teacher messaged me and was like, they had like PE or something in the cafeteria, which they fold up the chairs and tables and everything, and they were like, she was like, he had like this big meltdown, and he hid under the table, and he would not let us get him out from under the table. And I was like, well, I'm glad you figured it out because I wouldn't have known what advice to give you.
Do you know what they did? What they coaxed
Cooking.
him out?
They got him out eventually. Yeah, and then when he came home, I tried to like ask him like what happened, and he was like, "There's a game with hula hoops, and he didn't get to finish his hula hoop, or something." And I could not make out like literally what I just told you is the most sense I could make out of what he was saying. So
Well,
yeah, it's interesting, but he is still the most well behaved of my children. So it was weird. He will stay by himself all day, just playing on his tablet or playing with Legos. Doesn't care to play with anybody. He's not particularly affectionate. Like he doesn't want hugs or cuddles or anything. He's very by himself. So yeah, he's very different from my other three kids.
Yeah, it's also a really common feature of autism, that special interest thing. You're interested in this one thing and that's it. And
Yeah, it's
not as much
hyper focused.
not as much connection with empathy or compassion. I definitely have felt that most of my life too. Like I never really had any interest in friends or close family. Yeah, it's definitely a hard thing. Lots of challenges with that. You don't develop the social skills that you usually need in life, and that was a huge challenge for me, especially given what my social interest was and why it took me so long to actually get a relationship. And that's definitely one thing I would have liked to have told my past self, is that you need to get these social experiences, and having friends who would take me out and do that kind of stuff with me would have been great. Like Pine Creek has this just amazing method that he does with his kids, where he like takes his kids, gives them a check, says, go deposit this check in the bank, see you in 10 minutes. And they go in, they have to go in on their own, deposit a check on their own, and they get a ton of social practice as young kids in a safe environment. And I really wish someone had done that with me and
That's brilliant.
leveled it up to like bars and stuff where I could actually go to talk to women at a mall or whatever when I was a little kid. Like having a parent who knew what they were doing to teach me these skills when I was a kid would have been something that I really wish I had had.
So were you an only child?
No, I was not an only child. I have
Okay.
a sister who was a few years younger than me.
Okay. So still not a whole lot of social practice from.
Well, I was kind of like your kid, where I hated being around my parents. I was probably worse than your kid, but I hated being around my parents.
Yeah.
I hated talking to them. I never spoke to them. I never spoke to my sister. I essentially don't know anything about them today. I don't know how old they are. I know my sister's 2 years younger than me, so I can math that one, but I don't know how old my parents are. I don't know where they went to high school. I don't know how they met. I don't know their middle names. I don't know pretty much any of the mundane facts about them that you would expect a kid to know about their parents or relations. And so I would never talk to them because it was so painful due to my depression.
well, it seems like they actually gave you that space though. Whether or not, like, I don't know if that's healthy, but it seems like they did.
Well, later they did.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Growing up, I did not get that space at all. And that I had meltdowns almost daily. It was awful. My mother and I did not get along at all. Like we're slowly rebuilding our relationship right now. But yeah, I had to mask so much that I now have, I don't want to say they are a bit overwhelming. My facial expressions are, and it's just because
what? I had not noticed at all.
So, yeah, I had people say like those look so fake, and I'm just like, well, they're ingrained into me at this point. I can't not do them. But yeah, it's weird when with my autism was not. I was only recently diagnosed, and I mean I've always been diagnosed with ADHD, but they never even assumed that I had autism. And I was like, they could never explain though why I had these moments where I was just like even I can't explain those moments where I just would melt down and I either shut down or I just couldn't function. I just couldn't. So it's weird to hear that now and be like, it's like, oh yeah, you had temper tantrums as a kid. And I'm like, those weren't temper tantrums. Those were a whole other ball game of shutting down emotionally and physically and mentally. And I don't know, it's kind of a relief to be able to tell people that now, because they all like, oh yeah, that makes sense. It's like, well, thanks. I just had to go through my entire life traumatically because apparently I had issues.
Yeah, I can totally relate to that, where people will think that you're just having a temper tantrum like any other kid, but really you're experiencing something that's like 10 times worse than any other of the kids are, that's like completely uncontrollable, and you're being blamed or treated as if it was just like any other tantrum. And it's definitely it's really confusing as a kid because you have no idea what's going on. And as an adult, when you look back at it, like, yeah, I see what went wrong here.
Yeah. Anyway, so, now that we've got really dive deep into our own emotional traumatic past.
We just go where the conversation takes us.
I was going to say, well, Tjump found his, blonde, cute girls, and I have found science. I am way, way obsessed with science and travel. I tend to study the best when I'm moving. So if I just go on a road trip, I'll find a topic on the road trip that I'm interested in, and I will listen to to a crazy amount of podcasts with that subject. I'll be reading it when I go to sleep, reading it in the morning when I wake up. I'm just thinking about it the whole time. And like, I will associate day trips and road trips and locations with things that I've learned. And so like forever, the Rockies will correlate with like the dairy products, like understanding like the corporation behind like what am I thinking of? Factory farming, and understanding like the economics behind that. As a few years back, I went to the Rockies, and that was my subject, like the subject that I was on. So it's just things like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I could definitely relate. I actually, back when I was depressed, I watched every single TED Talk. I just went through the entire catalog of TED Talks.
Yeah.
Every single one on the website.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good time, honestly.
Sounds like that's a lot.
Yep. Luckily, it was a few years ago, so there weren't quite as many.
Yeah, they're pretty fucking.
Yeah, I'm not caught up by any means.
Yeah.
Any advice that, I guess, TJ, any advice you would give to Dadpool for his kid pool?
I don't know enough about his specific situation to give advice, but I definitely say like do the Pine Creek thing to give him some social exposure. But especially if your autism is that bad where you can break down, especially when you're a kid, it's probably not the right time to start yet. Probably wait a few years, but I would definitely advise him to teach him social skills and get him to practice social skills in those kinds of environments, like the Pine Creek method, because it's so important. And I missed out on so much in life by not having those social skills. Like all of my social skills I had to learn. I had to fake it until I made it, pretty much, and learn how to talk to people by starting with like professors in coffee shops when I was in my 20s, because I had like zero friends, zero family, like no one in my life, no one to talk to. And so it was a lot harder for me to learn the social skills than if I had been given opportunities and had someone like a parent to guide me through learning those. That would be definitely the top thing. And the second thing would be find the special interest. Find what his special interest is. Just let him do it and nonstop until he gets amazing at it and make millions of dollars, and start a YouTube channel doing it.
Start a YouTube channel.
Yeah, do it.
The earlier you start, the better you are, just like stocks. So you should start a YouTube channel like tomorrow. And literally real? Just have him record himself doing whatever, and he will get tons of views.
That's cool. I would say I agree with that statement about getting him socialized early. The one thing I will say is don't interrupt his mental process of how he's going to go about doing it, and don't try to like give him multiple steps to it. Say, go and do this, and let him figure it out on his way in.
So like I usually, if he's having a mental breakdown, I try to like briefly bring him out of it. But when I realize nothing I say has any effect on him, I just back up and let him go through it, I guess. And then I'm here when he's done, if he has any questions about what just happened, But as far as being social, I think he's kind of lucky because he has 3 other brothers, and he was in preschool last year and he's in kindergarten this year. So he's getting a lot of social exposure. And he does play well with his brothers, but like when they're all out, like I have a massive like slip and slide thing and a trampoline for him in the backyard. When the other three are out there playing, I'm like, Ryden, do you want to go play with your brothers? He's like, no. I'm like, okay, whatever. You do you. So yeah, I try not to interfere in whatever's going on in his brain.
Quiet headphones are awesome.
Yeah, he gets overstimulated a lot very easily, especially if we go out somewhere public, like if we go to the zoo or the aquarium. Like he gets overstimulated, and it's not a good time for him.
I've found as an adult that noise canceling headphones help calm me quite a bit. Don't have to be listening to anything, but when I put them on, people leave me alone, and I can sit in a public place and no one will bother me. So it's weird, but it works, and I like it. So
I actually got some of these guys that are noise canceling, the Bose ones, and they're like in-ear thingies like this, so they don't cover your ear. I like them a lot.
I don't like things in my ear. So
what, you don't like worms in your ear? That's so weird.
No.
Not that one.
No.
Speaking of which, this is my wife here. Yeah, he doesn't like how they feel.
The headphones?
Yeah, so he's just like real particular about the way certain things feel and which tracks, right?
Jinx. We're just like, yep. Yeah, I'm
going to be interested to see how he develops as he gets older.
Do you have issues with cotton tees?
No. For me, it's like do you know Duluth Trading Company? So if I go into their store and touch anything, I get like shivers all up and down my skin. Like every one of their fabrics, it hurts me.
I'm the exact opposite. I'm obsessed with their fabrics. Their fabrics are my favorite, and anything else is awful. I
can't stand them. They hurt so much. It's just like that. Whatever the texture is that they use, it's like it makes me feel super dry and tingly, like glass is just scraping on my fingers, and it's just But they make the best snow boots ever.
They do.
In Minnesota, you gotta have them.
Yeah, it's true. They make some amazing. I get a lot of the on the men's side. I get a lot of the Alaskan hard gear, like waterproof stuff, because working outdoors, right? It's a thing. And of course, they don't make Alaskan hard gear is literally geared towards men. No women's items at all. So a lot of times, like I'll wander into the men's section, someone will come up and say, women's is over there, and I'm just like, I know, I'm where I'm meant to be.
Yeah, I got the Baffin snow boots, the like $200 ones that are made of like solid 2-inch thick rubber, and they go all the way up.
They have that steel end plate, so that if you get punctured by anything, it doesn't actually hit your foot. Yeah, I love those. Those are great. Those are super comfortable.
I have no idea what y'all are talking about right now.
We're geeking out about a product, okay?
We're talking about our favorite clothing store. It's Dolce & Gabbana. Come on.
For us, me, that one is. So what kind of,
I prefer Target.
Do you like the Columbia brand, like shirts?
Under Armour. Under Armour polyester is my favorite.
Polyester is your favorite?
Yep,
I am definitely a fleece person. Fleece is definitely my go-to. I very much love it, but I can't do that fluffy fleece. Almost feels like felt. That is cringy for me. I can't do that texture. It's too much. It's too much. It's so weird that we're geeking out about this.
I love the slick polyester feel. That's kind of like almost a plastic, like that. I the way that it feels so comfortable. Like nothing's like being abrasive on my skin. Anything that like catches is like creepy to me.
That's fair. I mean, I love fishing shirts for that reason. The
fishnet ones, the one that have the holes in them, the black one,
I like fishnet shirts too. Not on me, but like on other people.
Not fishnets, no. The fishing shirts, the t-shirts, button-ups that are they're polyester. I think they have rayon on them, but they're not like super stretchy at all. They're just flowy. They have like little mesh pockets everywhere. I don't know. I like them.
Yeah.
I use them for work. I love them. I'm kind of obsessed.
Anyway,
Korea. I'm actually wearing one of their super soft tank tops right now from Torrid. those ones are, yeah, they're super, super comfy.
I got my shirt from Teespring. I have no idea what it's made out of.
I
Anyway,
got mine from Target. This is a sleeveless wife beater thingy with a
Titan would like to inform us that 400 plus thread count Egyptian cotton is orgasmic.
ooh, I believe it.
I do not agree, but
so one thing I will say is I've always worn a tank top under my shirt because I tuck the tank top into my pants because I hate the way my waistline feels around my waist. I hate that. Like, so a tucking a shirt in underneath, like it feels like I'm almost wearing a singlet. So like I have to have something tucked in. I can't.
I would suggest sweatpants or no pants and sweatpants.
No pants.
Yeah, even with, I have sweatpants. Even with sweatpants, I have to have something
really?
tucked in.
Onesies.
Mankini. Just do the mankini. You're done.
I used to wrestle in high school. I still have a singlet. I should try that back on.
We need to put the video of this on TikTok.
Yeah.
Captain Deadpool in a one piece.
Dustin wants to interrupt and ask about the Bible, but it still kind of has to do with our thing. Why was wearing two fabrics not a thing in the Bible?
Oh, I got an answer for this.
I think it had something to do with germs, in that if you mixed the two, because the way they made fabrics back then, it was parts of animals, and so if you mix them, it could lead to different kinds of bacterial growth, which would be unhealthy. And so it happened to be the case that this was a bad thing, and it was known at the time. And so the Bible authors just like put it in the Bible because it was just a known random fact at the time, or something like that. Kind of like shellfish. Like shellfish, the reason shellfish was illegal, or because they knew it poisoned people, and so they just said don't eat shellfish. So it just happened to be that Bible authors knew certain facts about the time period of what was healthy and not, added them into the Bible for credibility reasons.
Yep, pretty much.
Cool. I agree. Archaeologically speaking, that makes the most sense.
There's another school of thought about like mixing the seed, like maintaining the purity of the seed, which like goes along the lines of like spilling your seed on the ground. You shouldn't mix two different types of seed. It's a whole thing I can't really explain, but it's
we're talking about physically seeds, right? We're not talking about like
Siemens?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's one and the same. Like in ancient Judaism, the seed of a man was comparable to the seed of a plant. They were often analogous to one another.
What was that thing in the past where they would like do something with a striped cow to make it not striped? I forget, there was a story in the Bible where like if they take spotted cows and mix them in some way, they'll stop being spotted. I forget which story that was.
No, I'm drawing a blank on actually. But now
I have no idea about this, but I'm intrigued to find out about genetic diversity in the Bible. Go on.
Yeah, there's some story in the Bible where they're talking about how striped, spotted, and non-spotted cows can be used for prediction, and how they thought genealogy worked, that if you mix them, you could make a striped cow by doing something to it, like what you fed it or something.
That sounds like something that would be in Numbers.
Probably.
I'm willing to bet.
Because that story was in Genesis, says Witter.
Yeah, it says it was in Genesis.
It was in Genesis? Okay.
Spicy seed? Yes, that is definitely in Genesis.
Spicy seed, yeah.
Spicy seed. I like it. No.
I always found that hilarious. The smallest seed is the mustard seed. Like, blatant factual error. Let's
no, it's not.
No, it
fucking isn't. And I've heard sermons so many times. I can't tell you how many sermons I heard. Like, the smallest seed becomes the biggest plant. And I'm like, that's, even as a devout Christian, I was like, it's not.
Both of those statements are false. Like, it's not the smallest seed, and it's not the biggest plant. Biggest plant, there's several contenders for the biggest plant. None of them are the mustards.
Like, at the time, that may have been what they perceived to be true. But today, we know that's not accurate.
What? You're squinting. You're squinting.
I'm squinging. I'm squinging because I don't like that story. I don't.
What story?
Just the smallest seed, the biggest. I just don't. Aesthetically, this is not scientifically. I don't like it. I'm having issues grasping this. I haven't heard a sermon in a long time, but I remember
that may have been their understanding at that time.
The biggest plant they know about is made from the smallest seed they know about.
Exactly. Yeah. So they.
But
we know that's not true, but to them, that's the most they've been able to observe.
But okay, so I'm not fluent in understanding like Middle Eastern agricultural practices, but I guarantee you there were bigger plants than mustards. There had to have been. I think they talked shrubs. Mustard doesn't get that big. They had trees. I just having a hard time grasping this.
You're right. They probably would have been aware of.
Oh, now I have to look this up.
Well, then it becomes the whole like symbolic meaning, which is.
Which is bullshit. I don't deal with symbolic meaning. Never means anything to me. I don't know. No.
It shouldn't. It shouldn't mean anything to anybody, but but it does. That's why I try to tell, Pastor John today that philosophical and anecdotal evidence is not evidence.
I think like I say that too, but technically it counts as evidence. It's just really, really bad evidence.
Well, I said that too. Someone asked, like, what is the best evidence for the existence of God? And I was like, the philosophical evidence, because that's really all we got.
Actually, no. So the best evidence for the existence of God is in the Hindu Bhagavad Gita, which is a prediction that the age of the Earth is 4.3 billion years old, which is actually really, really close. Yeah. So the fact that they were able to predict the age of the Earth within like 1%, 3,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago, that's really impressive evidence. If they had a book full of facts like that, that would be really good evidence.
Yeah, no, I actually very much enjoyed learning what little I learned about the Bhagavad Gita. They had some
fucking wiener schnitzel.
You're the worst. You're the worst.
Wiener schnitzel is a legend in the realm of
bad jokes,
puns.
Like just goddamn.
Hey, why don't you ever want to mess with a paleontologist?
Oh no, because they'll dig up your past.
Nope. Because you're gonna get your ass kicked.
Oh, that's even worse. No, that one's even worse.
That is worse.
I'm in pain right now. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm in pain. I can't handle this right now. I'm gonna rage quit the show. Okay, Dad, well, you. I'm leaving.
Rage quit the show. You're gonna create. Fuck. No, it's not gonna work. I tried to do it on the fly. It didn't work. I tried to make the Cretaceous period a pun, but I couldn't make it happen. Sorry, I don't have the gift. There it is.
Well, that's why they call it the present.
Straight up steal one from freaking Kung Fu Panda. Greatest movie ever.
I thought I was stealing that from Christianity.
Oh, Kung Fu Panda was really good.
No, that was
that
was the tortoise. The tortoise Kung Fu master was like, yeah, it's like I forget, the future is a mystery, the past is history, and we call the present a gift or something.
Or the future is a gift, or the present is a gift. That's all we call it, the present.
That is why we call it the present. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu Panda. Filled with wisdom.
No, it is original to Kung Fu Panda, and nothing else said it before. Completely, 100% Kung Fu Panda. We're gonna find the Dead Sea Scrolls of the Kung Fu Panda. Like it's gonna be a real thing that exists 5,000 years ago. Kung Fu Panda in China.
I would like to set up a stage on Discord as Tjump defends Kung Fu Panda. just see how that goes.
Absolutely.
I think one of my favorite parts of that movie is when the duck goes up to the turtle grandmaster and is like, we have bad news, and he's like, there's no such thing as good news or bad news, there is only news. And he's like, Tai Lung has escaped prison. He's like,
oh, that is bad news.
That's bad news. Yeah, that's bad news. Oh, fuck. And Jack Black, speaking of which, is going to be voicing Bowser in the Super Mario movie. Like oh, I'm so excited.
I am very, very happy about that.
Yes, discussion's all over the place. I'm sorry.
I submit. Oh yes, apparently Dustin would like us to bring Jack Black onto the show. Dustin.
Well, hey, if anybody has any connections.
Oh, Correa.
Amish happy.
I'm really, really worried about where this is going to go.
Clearly not a pun. Can't be. No.
Oh, there's no way.
How do you keep an Amish woman happy? For some reason, my brain goes right to the myth of Cleopatra having like a gourd with beads inside of it that vibrate.
That's hilarious.
That's just where my brain went. I don't know.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, supposedly Cleopatra had like a hollow gourd that she filled with bees, so it would vibrate, and she could use it.
I understand where you're going with it. I just did not realize that was a thing.
I don't know if it's legend or if it's, you know.
Her answer is 2 Mennonite.
Yep.
2 men.
A Mennonite? Mennonite versus a
Mennonite. 2 men a night. Okay.
Mennonite.
All right. I'll drink to that.
I would drink to that, but I'm still not allowed to for a while. So fun.
Not allowed to. What were you like?
I have been in this weird purgatory for the past going on 2 weeks now. It's going to be another 2 weeks of possibly getting in for surgery. I've been waiting to go, and they're just like, just don't take don't take any like drugs, don't do any alcohol, you just need to be prime and healthy and everything. So I've been drinking water. I haven't lost any weight. I mean, I've been trying to be healthy, still haven't lost any weight, but whatever. I'm getting sick of it, and normally I do drink on this show, and I'm sad.
Yeah, I had to do that. I got a tummy tuck. I used to weigh 340 pounds, so I lost almost 200 pounds and got a tummy tuck to remove my excess skin, and
Holy
I had to do
shit.
that too.
Do you have any pictures? I have to ask.
I have a picture of my driver's license, and that's it.
Oh, that's good.
Oh no, it's my passport. My passport
evidence.
has my fat picture.
My earlier there was another question there. Tjump, how old are you?
33.
Okay.
Last week. My birthday is the 18th.
Oh, awesome.
Wow.
Good for you. Happy late birthday.
My birthday was the 30th of August.
Yeah, if anyone would like, you could send me a birthday gift on PayPal. That would be great. PayPal, Patreon.
Listen, none of my followers sent me shit for my birthday, so I don't think you're not barking off.
You know damn well Correa is about to be like, me.
By the way, Correa supposedly sent us a wedding gift. I went to the post office today, and they were closed. So, so I tried.
Well, I'm just hoping that I will get your I'll get the rocks to Rachel soon enough so that she can actually make her ring.
You can hand deliver those to us soon.
I'm planning on it, but again, gotta go through the purgatory and then the healing, and then I can do maybe something. We'll see.
Yeah.
Not even joke. Correspondent from BBC sent over petrol sword.
If we could get Jack Black on the show, we could have him talk about his Jewish past. Oh man, that would be epic. Yeah.
I'm gonna say no. Neil, the 604 atheist, was on the show a while back, Correa. Yeah. So he's
Yeah, we had Neil on.
Yeah.
I feel like you should just get Jack Black to sing his Tenacious D songs.
All right.
I would sing you Tenacious D songs, but no one wants to hear my voice.
This is something we can clip and put on TikTok. I think this is
the best song ever.
We should make Tjump read the Sonic script.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You just had to bring that up. Of
course. It is I'm so sad because I can't drink right now, but it is the best thing to drink, the drink and read.
And I'm mad because that's the one night I drink pretty much every night. I'm drinking now. That was the one night I didn't drink. And I was like, I really wish I was fucking drinking right now for this shit. God fucking damn it.
It's like reading something that Jen writes.
Oh my God.
But like Jen is like a second grader. Like, can you imagine? It's so
Right,
great.
it was like Sonic fan fiction. And Sonic like went back in time to defeat Hitler, and it's this whole thing.
It's so horrible.
Sounds like the cosmic zombie Jew description of
Yes.
Christianity.
Yes.
Yes. Yep, that's very, very similar. Man, bear, pig, all that. It's
Penis plus vagina sex. Yep. That's right.
Like me and Amy do.
Like me. That
Yep.
is an actual quote.
That is a direct
from
quote from it.
You can have penis plus vagina sex, like me. And the kid was like 11 or 12 who wrote it. And then like we did some digging, and then like a few years later, he made a sequel.
I still haven't read that. I should have, but I haven't.
I can't.
Sounds almost as bad as Kent Hovind's dissertation.
Ken Hovind has an actual dissertation.
Yes, it's a single
I did
paragraph.
not know that.
It's public
It's a single
online.
paragraph?
Yep.
Can we read it?
Apologia. Yes, you can find it online. It's the first
Oh my
thing that
god.
happens
Oh,
when
now
it's
I have to
Google.
read this. I
Yeah.
have to bring this up. This is the thing now.
Like R and Ra, Apologia, and I think a bunch of other people like looked at it and did like features of it on their channel. It was absolutely hilarious.
God, why can't I spell his name? I can't
Ken?
spell shit today. Ken. I got the Ken part. Fun.
Sorry.
No, where is it? Why can't I read it? No. Damn it. Okay, I'm gonna keep hunting, but
All right,
give me a hot minute.
In the meantime,
Did you spell Kent with a T? K-E-N-T. Kent Hovind dissertation.
Oh, maybe
you want
that's.
to answer what was the most
I might have
crazy
spelled it
thing
like
you used to believe that's embarrassing to you now?
I want to answer the most crazy thing you used to believe.
I'd say I used to believe in tongues. I used to speak in tongues.
You used
There
to
it is.
believe in tongues. Tongues are real. What are you talking about?
It is in.
Like tongues, real tongues.
Oh yeah.
Just destroyed your belief.
Well, see, there's like
There it is.
a lot of practices in like meditation and yoga that have like they do the tongues thing very, very identical to the way charismatic Pentecostals do.
Wait, I thought you said it was a paragraph.
Thought it was, yeah.
No, it's 102 pages.
102. Well, yeah, it's a dissertation. That's how long it would be.
So yeah, I was like, that's why I was really shocked. I was like, is it just like an abstract and there's nothing else?
Yeah, you're thinking of like a thesis. A thesis would be like a paragraph.
Now his abstract is
Yeah, I did.
only. Oh no, that's his dedication page. Never mind.
Yeah, there you go. The thesis to the abstract would be a paragraph, and the dissertation itself is almost the length of a book. That's why most like doctorate recipients publish their dissertation as a book.
Well, he has it written. The introduction is pretty great. Can I read this? Is that okay? If we
Yes.
just do the intro, it's we don't
Please
have to
do.
do the full intro, but this is
Ken Hovind's introduction to his dissertation.
Hello. My name is Kent Hovind.
Okay, you don't start fuck. Really? Hello?
Yes!
You don't start a dissertation. All right, I'm sorry.
I am
Go
a
ahead.
creation / scientist.
You don't say I. You don't even say I. Sorry.
Trust me, I understand. I've written a bit myself. Okay, so I am a creation / science evangelist. I live in Pensacola, Florida. I have been a high school science teacher since 1976. I've been very active in the creation / evolution controversy for quite some time. As an evangelist, God has given me the opportunity to preach and teach the one story of his marvelous creation for over 400 creation over 400 times each year to churches, schools, public and private, parent groups, youth groups, on the radio, and in the university debates. It is my burning desire to help Christians get back to a simple faith in God's word. Satan's method has always been to instill doubt in God's word. The first sentence that comes.
So many fucking rules. Just every sentence breaks a rule.
What is like the topic, the title of the thing? Is like what is his goal here?
The dissertation for Doctor of Philosophy Christian Education, the project submitted by Dr. Wayne Knight. Submitted to Dr. Wayne Knight. Oh, it's called. No, that's what it's called. It's a dissertation for Doctor of Philosophy and Christian Education. That's it. Oh my God. Anyway, it goes on.
I think he broke all of the rules in just his thesis.
Well, how many sentences did he start I with at this? Like, was it 6, 4, or 5 sentences in a row? I.
It's about to get better. It's about to get better. So Satan's method has always been to instill doubt in God's word. The first sentence that came from Satan that is recorded for us in the Bible is, "Yeah, hath God said." He started by questioning God's word in the Garden of Eden. It worked there, so he has used it ever since.
Oh, God.
Oh, this is terrible. It's very snobbish. Oh my.
Next time I see Ken, I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, but hath God said?" Like,
Yeah, but hath God said? Has he?
You know what I wrote my thesis is on to get my bachelor's? The Human Genome Project. That's what I wrote my thesis on. So for him to write his dissertation saying things like Satan and I, and it's just the most triggering shit.
Well, he got one of the download PhDs that you just buy, so he doesn't actually have.
Yeah, like he didn't go to national college.
Yeah,
like my college would have told me to go fuck yourself if I had said anything like that, and they're a Christian organization.
Okay, I'm skipping ahead because he has 2 other pages of this intro, but the very last paragraph of his introduction is, "While all the evidence is not in yet, I feel it is still the best option to take God's word at face value. The Bible has never been proven wrong yet, and I believe it never will be."
Oh my God.
Mustard seed.
Oh no, I'm straight up downloading this. Oh, this is beautiful. This is oh, I'm loving it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Gifts from Tjump.
Yeah, this is great.
Correa is like, "No drinking game tonight. Just drinking." just drink.
Hey, y'all remember when I said backstage I'm going to go use the bathroom in the middle of the show?
Hey, bye.
We're back.
Oh no, Tjump, you have given me a gift.
Yeah, you definitely do drinking games
no
all of like Kent's catchphrases. Like, just pick one of Kent's catchphrases, and every time he uses that, then drink, and just like hope he doesn't use it too much in his dissertation.
Oh Lord, I'm just skimming through this. It starts out his very first chapter, which is not what you call it, but anyway, first chapter is the history of evolution. And just skimming through this, it's like a house left to itself will become a wreck. This is his own like opinionated statements that he has in here.
I believe this was discovered by Darwin in 1863. Fact: house left to itself will wreck. Darwin.
Darwin. Evolution is purely a religion. There is no scientific evidence at all to back up any form of macro evolution. Oh, they love using macro and micro to try and determine evolution and standard, and it's just so that's so frustrating.
I went over this with Kent in one of my 3 debates with him. So it's like macro is just micro plus micro plus micro plus micro. So if you accept micro, then you accept macro.
Yeah.
It's like saying I believe in stairs, just not staircases. Is my favorite analogy for that, I think. Like stairs exist, but staircases,
Yeah, right.
I believe in bricks, but there are no walls.
Yeah, bricks are real, but walls, that's fake news.
When I speak of evolution, I am not referring to small, minor, he doesn't need to double this, but small, minor changes that naturally occur as animals have to make some adjustments to their environments. I'm sorry, this is too much.
I think that's called evolution. I think we have a word for that.
Yeah.
Macroevolution would be defined as changing into a different kind of animal.
Which happens. That's the thing we've proven in a lab, or not in a lab, in a lab and in the environment.
But that's such a rough definition. It's like, okay, so by that definition, evolution is when a turtle turns into a fish.
Caterpillar and a butterfly. Tadpole and a frog.
That is a good one. No, that's metamorphosis. That's different.
It really is that simple.
I love that argument that they make that butterflies can't. Well, no, is it caterpillars can't reproduce, so they're proof that it must have been designed because clearly there's no way they could have had sex before becoming a butterfly, so they couldn't have evolved. Hilarious argument.
I remember I actually saw a Kirk Cameron and Ray Comfort like seminar. Like,
was it the banana one?
It was the banana one. Like, we traveled. I had their autograph in the back of my Bible. I lost the Bible since, but I met them in person and saw the whole like 2-week or weekend long thing. And Ray Comfort was like, "What is like a fish supposed to go on land, just be like, and then go back into water? And they do that so much that they eventually develop gills or lungs instead of gills. Like, what sense does that make?" And now we're like,
have you ever heard of a mud puppy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or mud skipper.
Or mud skipper, either one.
Yeah.
How they can bury themselves in mud.
Yeah, like
they don't necessarily need to breathe for very long, but they just have to stay moist.
He painted it in such a way to make it seem ridiculous to the common person. Like there's no scientists on stage. There's no authorities on stage on that subject matter. He's just like, this is stupid. Here's why.
Windersnitz, yes, he did write that as an adult. That's not.
Well, I mean, technically, it depends on what you qualify as an adult.
That's a good point. He wrote this at a accelerated age. I can't talk to his maturity level.
The whole banana analogy, which he didn't even know was a product of human design.
Beautiful.
What was it called? Artificial selection.
Oh, so, yeah, I am saving this forever and ever. This is beautiful.
Yeah, that was hilarious that he didn't know about artificial selection when talking about the banana. And he was like, this has clearly been designed by God for our hand. Look how easy it is. And look, it has a tab for us to pull.
It's curved, right? It's perfectly shaped for a mouth.
And just little like,
and did you see his like? Yeah, he actually did that. Like, it's perfectly shaped. See, you can shove it down your throat, right? It can jizz down into your lungs. Right?
I was gonna say, has he ever seen like a picture of what the banana came from? Like, what?
Did so somebody showed him that
later after he made this.
He was like, "Oh, okay. Well, that just demonstrates that this is literally what he said. I'm not making this up." He was like, "So that just demonstrates that God gave us the intuition as to how we can make it into a shape that is perfectly formed for us as His creation." That's what he said from his mouth hole.
From his mouth hole.
I remember this.
I believe it was called the banana hole.
I shook this fucker's hand.
You were happy shaking this fucker's hand.
I was happy shaking.
You were so excited. This was an exciting thing for you.
Well, actually, that's something I wish atheists did more, was go to the Christian conferences, because I go to the Christian conferences here, the apologetics ones. I've met the Stand to Reason guys, Josh McDowell, Frank Turek. I've shaken all their hands and met them at the Christian conferences here, which is actually, it's a really cool experience to go there as an atheist and then talk to those people.
Oh, I'm sure it would. I would pay good money to see you.
I would go. I would absolutely go and shake their hands and talk to them. I would love to. I don't know if you know this, Tjump. I straight up I straight up walked up to the Ark Encounter experience at the Iowa State Fair because they had a really big booth. I walked up there and I ended up talking to the guy that was in charge for like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, and and like
did you record it?
Who's in their comments was like, "You're not going to do it," and I was like, "I'm going to do it." And my family's been making fun of me ever since because I did that, because they're just like, "You went to the Iowa State Fair and decided to pick a fight." And I'm like, "No, I made it friend."
It's so cool too, because there's a flat earther who makes a stand next to my nearest lake that I bike around. So every once in a while I go up and start talking to him. I have one of my conversations with him because he records his stuff and he posts on his channel. It's like, so I went up and talked to him on the lake. I was like, "Hey, how's it going? So you believe world's flat and everything, right?" We just had an awesome conversation. Like those are some of the best ones to record on YouTube. It's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
I gotta highlight this comment real quick. I was very much a.
Do you have to invert yourself in order to do that? I don't understand how this works.
Pressurized host. That's.
Okay.
I wouldn't know from a friend. I told from a friend.
Sure.
I'm naturally very flexible, so I could absolutely do this.
Hey, Dadpool, you want to do a backflip?
No, I do not. Nope.
Clearly CGI. It was that TikTok.
I am getting too
CGI.
old, apparently.
I love it.
I missed their earlier comment.
Oh no! Now I have to go hunting for an earlier comment. What is this?
Just think how much time he wasted tucking in his shirt.
His shirt with such a little bladder.
That's a good one.
He also has a little waist.
All right. I didn't realize this was a roast, but
I'm starting to like this.
This has been fun. I'm gonna go. Being roasted on my own show, that's fine. I can handle it.
Dustin says, "Oh, come on, you got plenty more teeth."
God.
What's the teeth comment? I don't understand the teeth comment.
Okay, so
I did I was live on TikTok and someone asked me to do a backflip. I've done backflips before on my TikToks, and so someone would see me do it live. I was like, okay, cool. Well, somehow I fucked up and I broke my tooth.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
like I missed and landed on my face. I don't know how. Like backflips are relatively easy for me, but this one time I fucked up live and like
gushing blood.
My tooth up here somewhere on my shelf. But yeah, I have to get my tooth fixed because
it's clearly the TikToker's fault. 100% the TikToker's fault, not Dadfool's fault. 100% TikToker.
Oh, exactly. Absolutely.
No, it was my fault. I could have definitely said no, but I was like, I can fucking do a backflip. That's fucking nothing for me. Well,
Dustin's most recent comment.
Apparently, I'm getting up there in age. I'm not as nimble as I used to be. Wait, what?
Dustin's most recent comment.
You could lose like 4 more before you look like a Trump supporter. That's fair. That's fair.
I don't know. I think you could pull it off. You just got to give him the right hat and the right shirt.
I didn't say he already gets.
I already look like I get accused of being a white supremacist every now and then already. Like,
I guess I can see because your hair kind of does look like the Richard.
I'm white. I'm blonde. I'm an Iraq war veteran. Like, it makes sense. Like, I fit the mold. I get it.
If only they'd stop and talk to him.
Yeah.
Now we can call you Skeeter without the irony.
Jesus Christ. I look like a Nazi web dream. I
love that.
Goddamn.
You do kind of have Skeeter's haircut.
Yeah.
And then Correa's, of course, quoting from Sonic again. So we've come full circle.
Yeah, I've had people stitch my videos like queer guys like stitch my videos, like, oh look, here's a cis white male who's in the military who wants to suppress. I'm like, shut the fuck up. You don't know anything about me. Goddamn. Like I'm an ally. You know nothing about like
yeah,
what?
Shut the fuck up. I'm an ally.
Like you're like I just like yeah. Anyway, it's weird.
Anyway,
It's weird.
I don't even know where to go from here. Blame it on the alcohol.
Blame it on the algorithm.
I bet that one where you flipped and broke your teeth probably got a lot more views, though, right? Did you clip that?
People
I
panicked.
know, because
There was a lot of panicking happening. A lot of people are freaking out.
my wife was with me at the time, and I was just like, end the live, because I looked and I saw like my tooth and blood come out of my mouth. And I was like, hit end on my phone because I'm done. I'm fucking done.
Well, did you at least clip that and like put it on its own video at the end?
Somebody has it somewhere. Like the clips only last like 30 days on TikTok, so I think I lost it. But I think somebody has it somewhere. But that's okay. I'm glad it's gone. I don't want that though.
We don't need the evidence.
Don't need that. Don't need that.
It's unfortunate.
That could have been like your 1 million view things, like 10 million views on that one video.
It could have, you know. But yeah, I don't know.
That's a weird thing I've learned about streaming on YouTube is that all the people who spend time editing out their mistakes, it's totally wrong to do that, because I make a lot of my super chats are about my mistakes, where people like, oh look, Tom trimmed his nose hair. I'm like, free $10. Like, yes. Or, oh look, Tom burped into the mic. Free $10. Yes. So people comment on your mistakes more than they do your successes, and so it's actually better to post your mistakes.
So that might be an interesting question. What is your experience with TikTok? Because you're fairly new to the app. How do you feel about it?
It's too much work. I hate it. Having to like look through videos, doing recording stuff. It's like, it's more work than I like. I mean, there's a streaming service called Lola TV that'll stream to it automatically. And so I've been doing it mostly to get up to the 1,000 so I can live stream there and hopefully live stream my normal content. But extra work on social media is not something I enjoy. I do not like extra social media work.
Yeah, I feel you. And it's not that even lucrative even. It's not really all worth it. Like, I have 380,000 followers. I make between 50 cents on a bad day and $3 on a good day. That's what I make on TikTok.
So it's like $90 a month max.
Yeah, $60 to $90 a month.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's not shit.
Yeah, and it's I noticed that the followers don't normally translate from TikTok to YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube pays much better than TikTok does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't do what I do for money. I don't really need the money. It's just.
Oh, I do. Send me PayPal.
Yeah, right. Like, and that's totally fine. Like,
I could. I mean, I'm a scientist. I do what I do, but I don't make very much.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the things.
I'm a stay-at-home dad, so anything I get from any platform is a bonus for me.
Actually, one of the things I feel is really sad about society is that scientists get paid so little compared to like bankers,
right?
Wall Street. Like, I feel like the government should incentivize scientists and like pay them significantly more.
But why? When obviously we're lying to the public.
Clearly, yeah, the world is flat. NASA is a conspiracy, complete fakeness.
I mean,
it's not real.
I am perpetuating the conspiracy. I am part of the Illuminati. You can't trust me. I don't speak in truths.
I feel like it's like I don't think they pay you enough to compel you to do that. I feel like you could.
No, God, no. I don't have the lifestyle where I could be like, yes, no. Like I don't know this. And it's like $5,000 comes my way. Yay. Yes, hashtag Atlantis is a myth. That is my hashtag, and I will die on that. I will absolutely die on that hill. That is a hill I will die on.
Atlantis has been the topic of controversy for a while, or probably the past month on TikTok, I'd say, among the archaeological community.
Yeah, and then prior to that we're talking about Egyptians in the Grand Canyon, and that was a whole other thing.
One, I think Atlantis could technically be real and refer to several different cities that all collapsed into the sea due to earthquakes. So that's a possibility. It's real.
Oh.
But unlikely, but it's possible. But also about the Grand Canyon, like, fun fact, if you took all of the people who ever lived, all of their bodies, and put them in the Grand Canyon, it would not fill it up.
That is true. That is a true fact. If you take every living person's body and created a ball, you could put it would balance nicely in Central Park in New York.
Got a super chat to the lizard overlords.
I don't know what signal that is, but I mean, I do like me some lizards.
I have a lizard right behind me.
You do.
I have a green screen, but
I like the bigger lizards, like the
Komodo dragon.
Komodo dragon is lovely.
They're more expensive.
I'm a little obsessed with alligators and crocodiles. I very much like them. They also taste good. Bite me.
That's why you love them, right? Like
I actually only recently discovered that I like gator tail as like gator tail steak. It's amazing. But I love alligators. And my best friend growing up loves alligators. So like that's kind of our thing. We just geek out on gators. I don't know.
I've had gator on a stick at the state fair. It was really good.
Oh, Wittersnitz, if Atlantis was ever real and you think it's the Eye of the Sahara in Morocco, the Rashat structure is going to very sorely disappoint you.
Oh, here we go.
I can get into that, or I can just send you to my TikTok page where I do 1 3-minute video describing the geologic formation that's there and the lack of any human evidence of
speaking
any
of alligators,
significance there.
I don't have anything beyond that. I was just trying to.
Oh, I missed what you said.
Oh, I was like, speaking of alligators. I was trying to do something funny. It apparently didn't work. I'm sorry. All right, I'm not perfect. Anyway.
Wintersnitz, tell me more. We can talk about it. Well, this is neither the time nor the place, but we can definitely talk about it sometime. Tjump, what do you geek out about? What's your nerdy thing?
I don't know exactly, because anime probably, and maybe like I like watching anime, but I don't usually like geek out about it because it's more just I watch the newest ones, kind of like video games. I just play the newest ones. I don't think there's any like I'm a big fan of. Since I've had my depression most of my life. I don't really have anything that I'm really passionate about anymore, or never had anything I was really passionate about.
It's hard to find that thing that there are things that can make you happy. In this case for you, it's blondes, but
that would probably be the thing I geek out about if I had someone to talk about it with it.
I mean, I just thought I'd try and transition into the nerdy side of this because I was definitely transitioning myself into the nerdy side of this, but it
usually happens naturally. Yeah, I watch that backstage.
Yeah, I watch every anime that comes out.
Wow.
Because I have lots of free time, and so right now I'm watching. What I do is I wait for the season to end, and then I watch the entire season in a day because I hate the watching one.
Oh yeah, you can't.
Yeah,
it's lame. But yeah, so I just finished Castlevania season 3. Amazing.
I heard Castlevania's good. I haven't done anything. Like I haven't seen any of it.
Great.
So
that was a really good one. I finished watching The Boys, all of the seasons. That was really good.
The Boys is.
Yep. The Witcher, amazing.
I'm excited for it to come out. I mean, all the Witchers are supposed to be coming out soon too, so that's exciting.
Yep. Walking Dead, except I have to skip all of the boring parts where they just do the talking for like 6 hours at a time.
Right.
That's true.
Those are
a lot.
Well, you know, like it's all the first like 5 seasons are all based off of the comic books, and like one whole season is one book. And it blew my mind that they were slowing it down that much. I I couldn't follow.
It's
After season 5, I was like, I'm out. I'm done. I can't
It's
do
so
this.
Quentin Tarantino-esque. Like Quentin Tarantino likes long, drawn-out dialogue in his movies.
It's a little different, though. It's a little different
But it's
because
like it has a similar feel, like in The Walking Dead.
yeah,
Like if you watch Inglourious Bastards and you watch The Walking Dead, they have a very similar feel.
I agree with that, but the difference is that Quentin Tarantino can tell a full story in those gaps.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that.
Whereas The Walking Dead will not tell you the full story in the same amount of time. It's not there.
Yeah, I get that. So like in the Quentin Tarantino ones, there's like a hidden backstory. If you're paying attention, you can get glimpses into the hidden backstory.
Yeah.
But on The Walking Dead is kind of just, oh, there's my friend. Hi. We're making plants. Like, cool, plants. I like plants. Plants are nice.
Oh no, dead people.
Yeah, but
like, oh no, they ruined the plans. Okay, time to make new plans.
Walking Dead is infinitely better if you just like skip over the boring parts. Like it makes it so much more fun to watch. Just because I pirate stuff from online sites, so I just get one of those little loading bars and I can just skip ahead like a minute, 2 minutes. Like, okay, go to the action part. Makes it so much better.
I agree with that when it comes to Walking Dead. I love Quentin Tarantino films just because I enjoy gore, which is horrible, but it's also very much.
Oh, I fucking love gore.
It follows the whole anthropology side of me, being super curious about what like the science. I'm just like, how accurate are they going to portray his organs? Nope, those aren't accurate.
Have you seen Invincible, the anime on
Yes.
Amazon?
Oh, I love it.
It's just The Boys, but animated, pretty much.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit on another discussion, but yeah, it's you know that oh fuck if I can remember his name. He's the farmer's insurance guy, the bum. He does method acting. He's the voice of the dad, Omni-Man.
I know. I recognize his face.
Actor?
I don't know what.
Yeah, he's an actor. He's also get me pictures of Spider-Man. He's that guy. I can't think of his name.
Yep.
It's him.
The Daily
Holy
Planet.
shit! I can see that. I've never.
Yeah.
I can absolutely see that. That's the same voice.
It's the same voice. Well, he's a method actor, so he like before he started doing the voices for the recordings for the show, he went and like gained like 100 pounds of muscle, and then he went back in so he could make like proper grunting sounds and like understanding how to fight and everything. It was so weird. I'm gonna say weird, but what I mean is like amazing because it's highly accurate. The types of noises you hear, it's just like, oh wow, that sounds a lot like a bone actually getting broken. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Like, that's very like it's not just like a stick hitting like breaking and there's like that's close enough. No, it's like they broke cartilage there. That was hard.
Yeah, I forget what that's called, where the people who make movie noises and then do it
sound,
really well.
Yeah, the sound bites people.
I watched a documentary on that one day. That's fucking fascinating.
It is.
They do shit.
There's a lady on
create the
TikTok that does it.
Like it's.
Yeah, there's a lady that's on TikTok that is one of those sound producers. And she films herself doing
sound engineer. Yeah.
Sound engineer. Yeah. And she showed us like she was one of the sound engineers for Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. And when they were like dropping the hamburgers, she just used washcloths that were super wet and smacked them on wood, and they just made the sound. And that was, I was like, oh, that works. That's really cool. So I follow her on TikTok. I think she's really neat. She uses a beanbag chair to mimic like walking in snow. So it makes a crunch noise that you get with that soft snow versus like wet snow, which has like is where she puts rubber boots in like wet some type of sound and then she walks in it.
That makes sense.
I'm fascinated. I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
For sure. I think it's kind of like the same with food design, where like they take out a McDonald's hamburger and then like put plastic shine on it and then like gloss it over with some paint, add some lipstick to add some like red color in there.
Yeah, they spray with polyurethane and shit that you used to finish wood with.
Makes it look so great, even though it
Yeah.
would probably kill you if you ate it.
Look how shiny it is.
Look how shiny it is. You go to bite it.
Oh, and I love the
Oh.
Cheerios one where they like drop the thing in the Cheerios in slow motion and you see the gloops come out, and they're totally just using like Elmer's glue as the white stuff instead of milk.
Yeah, because it actually will push everything out. Whereas like if they drop it in milk, it'll just clunk. Like it might spill over the sides. It won't.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I actually did a tour of Orlando Studios in California, and I got to see the scene in the first Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire where he did the upside down kiss with Mary Jane. That was like the same set that was used in The Last Samurai. When Tom Cruise walked down an alley and there was a bunch of guys that met to fight him. It was the same fucking set.
Cool.
And they talked about how natural rain wouldn't. It was raining in both those scenes, so he's like, water would not appear in camera, so they had to add like 2% milk to the like rain system to make it appear on camera. So it's literally raining milk on all the actors when they were doing this shit.
Wow.
That was actually a really good movie, to the Last Samurai, even though it was totally not.
That's in my top 5.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was blown away to be able to have my picture taken in that alley.
It was super unrealistic, and just knowing the facts about it's like, yeah, that doesn't. Not quite, but it was a good movie.
Yeah, if you could put historical accuracy like aside, it was a brilliant movie.
That's like no.
Yeah.
No, like, there are some things that I can handle, like Inglourious Bastards is one of them, like with the historic accuracy, like the whole scene where Hitler's getting shot in the face by I'm just like, I can deal with this is fine. But I just having a white guy come in and like save a culture.
Oh, did you see
Nope.
Chernobyl, the TV series Chernobyl?
Yes, on HBO. Oh, that was good.
That was like a horror that wasn't a horror. Like that was so
it was
cool.
so good. Oh my gosh. And it was accurate too. And they did a really great job describing the science, especially during the courtroom scene in the last. Just that's exactly the way you need to describe nuclear science. Like two idiots. Like they did a great job explaining it.
Yeah.
I was very impressed.
Fun fact: I was born the year that went off. That Chernobyl went off in 1986.
Wait, you're like 2 years older than me?
Yeah, I'm 35.
Wow.
I'm 29, so
yeah, just don't make me feel older than I already do.
I would argue that you look the youngest amongst us, though.
Really?
I don't know. Tom looks pretty young.
It's the hair flip.
No, I definitely. I look the oldest. Were you fucking kidding me? I look the oldest.
No.
I've got crow's feet and shit. Like, I've got all kinds of wrinkles and shit. I got a unibrow. I've got like 3 unibrows going on right here. I don't know what's happening.
I'm too fat. You can't see the wrinkles.
I've got this stress line that
weight,
goes like. I've got a stress line that, like, see this? It goes straight up into my natural part. Like,
which they put on Apologia, which was hilarious.
Yeah, he did.
He straight up just like,
Paul put my unibrow stress line in my anime character.
Oh, I loved it. And I loved that. Yeah, Biddy Buddha had 6 fingers on one hand.
Yeah. Why did Biddy Buddha have 6 fingers on one hand?
I don't know. It was just,
maybe your
it looks like you just kind of scribbled it really quick.
I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Dustin wants to know how tall you are, TJ.
6'2".
I was about to say, you look like you could be pretty tall.
Yeah. TJ, how tall do you think Dadpool is?
5'4".
Well, he's a little taller than that.
Ouch. I am 69 inches, ladies.
Right. Lady. So. You are a married man. You shush.
That's 5'9" for anyone who's military does inches exclusively. So the number 69 is branded in my brain permanently.
Well, as a 6-foot woman, I cannot wait until we get to hang out.
So we have 5'9", 6. Wait,
so you get,
and then 6'2". So we're
in height order.
Yeah. We're making things happen over
I
here.
just know that if we make a TikTok with the height differences, people are going to be like,
Oh, we need to get Oz in here, who's like 4 feet solid,
Oh, dude.
and then Pasta's like 6'3".
well, were you going to be at the thing that was supposed to happen that's now happening in May? The better deal.
Yep.
I thought I saw that. Yeah, that I really want to go to that meetup because I gotta talk to y'all in person. That just needs to happen.
Should have come to the last thing we did in Georgia. Like everyone else came.
I didn't
Behind
know.
I
that
saw
thing.
clips of that. I
I
was
wasn't
still,
a part of the community officially
I
during
wasn't
that.
either.
Like,
I was still like brand new to the community, like when that happened.
Yeah, hopefully Don sets up another one so we can do some more live debates in Georgia. That's a plan for the future. So
how on earth do I throw short vibes?
I would love to
I
do
throw
that.
short vibes? What?
Yeah, Nat's huge.
Thanks.
Really huge.
I am the typical Midwest rancher girl, like that you would expect. Like just I can throw cows around.
Yeah, that's actually something I've been working on. I would like to build more of a business model to do live debates regularly across the country. I've been trying to set up and work with different organizations to do that more often, like the local campus group. With them, I can work with the Secular Student Alliance and Don setting stuff up. Oz is setting stuff up. Modern Day Debate, hopefully. We were going to plan to do live debates. So that's kind of like future goal is for the community is to be able to do live debates pretty regularly across the country.
That would be so cool.
That would be
Modern
really
Day
cool.
Debates, really.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've done a few live debates with him. We did one in Austin at the ACA headquarters with me, Jonathan Sheffield, Matt Dillahunty, Inspiring Philosophy. And then I did one in Wisconsin with Modern Day Debates. That was my first live debate. Then I did one with the Bible and Beer Consortium in Fort Worth.
Oh, that's interesting.
Wow. See, I want to get in on that scene, but God, I got a ways to go. I'm still fairly new.
So Tjump, where are you exactly? I know you said you were up north in Minnesota, but like what campus is it that you
University of Minnesota.
University of Minnesota. Okay, so you're in Minneapolis. Okay, just curious. I might be going through Wisconsin soon, so we'll see. It's a state away.
Well, yeah,
there's
actually
me, that's like next door. Like the way I drive and where I go, that's nothing. So
well, yeah, like there's Wisconsin border is like 30 minutes east. So
yeah. I mean I go often enough that it's so we'll see.
Cool. Definitely have to stop by, get some coffee.
Yeah.
The atheist groups here.
I yeah, for sure. I will feel bad though because I know right now saying this that Captain Dadsbull is just like you're supposed to come visit me.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
I've already told you and Faye I'm gonna head your way as soon as I'm healthy enough to head your way because I can't do the fun stuff.
I know you'll make your way over here eventually.
Eventually, it'll happen.
If I could travel up your way, I would, but I am confined. Everyone who wants to visit me has to come to me.
Well, I mean, you have kids. That's
exactly.
I get that.
I'm sorry, I can't. Like even going to Georgia for the conference is going to be. I'm going to have to move mountains to make that shit happen.
Just bring the kids. You can ship them in boxes.
Is the conference in? No, the atheist conference. No,
yeah. Sorry.
I was thinking that not the other thing, but yeah, hell yeah. I have not spent much time in Georgia, so I would love to go to Georgia.
Hey, Deadpool, you could set up events like near you, like have because you've got like Christian churches and stuff, and they could host debates. Like that's the best thing to do is actually go to a Christian church and ask, would you be willing to host a debate at your organization? Because they have all the fancy cameras and crap and the sound systems, and they can already stream. So that's the best place to do it is because they already have like an entire setup to do it. So.
See, I thought about doing something like that, or like a debate, or like a lecture. Like, hey, I can come to your church and provide a lecture about the historicity of the New Testament and the early Christian church. I can do that. Would you be open to that? But my experience is most churches would be like, no, we don't want our congregation to know those things.
Yeah, the way I usually phrase
that's a little harsh.
I usually phrase it as like, I'd like to have a conversation on stage with a pastor about such and such. And usually that gets them interested because they want to show that their ideas do work in apologetics to atheists. Kind of backfires sometimes, like our first live debate, which is in a church with like 400 people in it. And I totally crushed my opponent, Stephen Worthy. But the pastors are definitely usually interested in having open dialogue conversations with atheists, usually not letting the atheists just present on their own, but usually always conversations.
But a lot of times, if they're not confident, then they will make sure that it does not happen. At least not. They'll be like, "Yeah, we can have a conversation. Step into my office."
I might have looked into that. I'm pretty positive I could find like a Facebook group in my area of all the Christians and churches around me. Like I could throw a rock and hit a church beside me that that has a big sign that's like, "Are you looking for a family? Come to see us on Sunday." Like,
have you seen? Have you? I don't know about the churches in your area, but my area, I have some of the super mega churches. Right, I'm in the Bible Belt. I'm in southern Missouri. Like that's the big one. Friggin' Jim Baker's across the lake from me, so it's not too far. But
get him to debate. Oh wow, that would be awesome. Get me versus him. Wow.
I don't think that his security person would let me near him. But I could see if I know a person that knows a person. We could always try. And I don't know if he'd come on our show, but he might talk to you, Tjump. We'll see.
That would be great. That would be great.
Yeah. So, oh my gosh, correct. Yes, the Six Flags for Jesus is James River. Yeah, that's
Six Flags for Jesus.
I'll tell you about James River sometime. Just remind me, and I can go into details about that. But no, all of the churches around here are advertising that our church isn't like most churches. Our church isn't like, it's like, this is the church that feels the least like a church. Like they're all advertising to like the younger crowds. Like, don't like going to church? You'll like our church. Like it's so weird. This is the most, I don't know even how to describe it. It's just like all of their welcoming mats have been, blatantly saying it's like, oh yeah, we're not like most churches. We're actually nice, or we're actually this.
We're accepting, or whatever.
We're accepting, your money, and we're accepting
your money. We're accepting of donations.
Before Correa has an aneurysm, I need to mention that we do have a Discord after party that we do for the show where other people can come in and actually ask questions directly. Seems like.
I am not going to be a part of that. I didn't sleep at all last night.
And
I'm dying. So
okay. Well, I'll pop on in there if anyone's interested. I'll be there for like 20 minutes. If nobody shows up, I'll go. So Tjump, you're welcome to pop in. I'm sure you're already part of it, but yeah. So
well, before we end things, Tjump, I'm gonna plug your stuff one more time.
Sure. Pornhub.com/Tjump. You can see clips of me and Captain Dadpool. It is amazing. OnlyFans, Tjump. Great content of my chair mostly. Sexy pics from the side and the bottom and the back.
Oh, your chair has never before seen. I didn't know that.
For sure. Just Tjump's chair. Same as my Discord and TikTok. It's great. Yeah, if anyone did want to hang out at my Discord, it's discord.io/Tjump. I wish I owned Discord. That would be great. But yeah, discord.io/Tjump, or please donate to my Patreon and PayPal so I can make more videos and do more stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
All right. Well, thanks again, Tom, for joining us tonight. This is a lot of fun. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys should both come on and do shows during my Discord sometime. Nat's already there, but we need Captain Dadpool to host a show there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just pop in to try and like keep the sanity.
I was on there once. I'm going to try to do that more often because I want to.
It doesn't work.
I want to
Was it?
I want to get more used to debating in an open format.
No, it's. I popped in. I don't know if you heard about the. There was one show that happened a few days ago that was like the vegan debate that lasted like 8 hours. It just kept going, and near the very end, I popped in there, and everybody was like in agreement at the point that they were just like, "Yeah, no, it's morally better to be vegan." And I popped in there. I'm like, "I'm sorry, guys, I had to go get ice cream." What were we saying?
Perfect.
And so I was like eating ice cream while they were talking about it. It was great.
That's my response. Is like, yeah, vegans are morally right, but I like cheeseburgers, so I'm going to continue to be immoral.
Yep, that's Yep.
I have no desire to be a higher form of moral being that I am right now, because steak.
It's
Yes.
like I enjoy meat too much. So
So you feel free to parade that title of being morally superior to me. That's all you can have. That, no problem. I'm going to be over here with my steak.
it's like I'm gonna be over here. I realized as I complain about my weight every now and then, it's like, well, you could cut out meat, and I was just like, yep, and then I'll be weak. And
Actually,
I need my strength.
I would actually advocate for the keto diet, so only protein. Like that works significantly better.
I would do that. Apparently, it's not very good if you have an underlying heart condition to do keto. So I can't. But I would like to. Like I am fully capable of just doing protein. Like that is totally something I would jump into.
Yep, Cray has it right. Shrimp and lobster, shellfish, the only meat, perfect.
Oh,
I'm allergic to shellfish. I can't do it.
Wow,
are you?
Your life
Yes.
sounds terrible.
I know, it's awful.
Like
I
How have you
love
not
the
killed
smell.
yourself
Like
yet?
I love going to seafood restaurants just so I can smell it.
yeah, I think it would be worth it to have the $400 EpiPen and just like eat all crab and lobster just so you would
just
experience
hold
it.
it.
For legal reasons, I haven't done that.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So for legal reasons, I haven't done that. But after I didn't do it, I realized how much I'm missing. And now I'm just very sad. So
All right. Well, we're going to wrap things up. Thanks again, Tom, for joining us. Thanks for everyone in the comments who kept us entertained and kept asking questions. And stay tuned for more of our unprofessional professionalism. I even fucked that up. See,
difficult technicalities.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing.
You'd have more of this discussing with philosophers.
Yeah, the discussing.
Yep. I'm just gonna own it at this point. I'm gonna fuck things up on purpose now.
I love it. Tjump, are you gonna jump into Discord for a hot minute or no?
Probably not. I probably need to go to bed because I have stuff in the morning I have to do.
That's fine. Sounds good. Well, then after party's just me, guys. So no one will show up. It's fine.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.
See you later.